Story time, embarrassing story time. For today's challenge, I'm gonna be telling the story about how I did this to my husband's car, and this is an embarrassing story. A lot of times I don't like sharing embarrassing stories because I wanna make it seem like my life is all in order, but this is the story of everything not working out and everything not being in order. So hopefully this makes me feel like I can share things and not feel the need to be perfect all the time. So, kind of funny. So I was driving on the freeway and I was getting on the on-ramp, and 2 days before, this is a little side note, 2 days before this happened, I got in a little fender bender going like 3 miles per hour, and it kind of dented the hood up a little bit. So Braden, my husband, he just pounds it out with his hammer and says, you know what, it'll be fine, it'll be fine. I'm like, are you sure I can drive on the freeway? And he's like, yeah, it's totally fine. So I'm driving on the freeway, I'm on the on-ramp, getting on the freeway, and all of a sudden, the hood of the car just goes boom, right into the windshield, totally shatters the windshield. I don't know if you can see that, but shatters the windshield, and I'm like, and I'm like, merge and pray, merge and pray, merge and pray. And I distinctly remember there was a truck next to me and he's honking at me, and I'm like, I can't see anything. And all I'm trying to do is get over, and I'm like getting over as fast as I can. And then I get over to the side of the road, I'm all right, nothing happened. And I'm looking at the car and I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't even know what to do. So I called my husband, and this is the second day in the row that I've called him saying that I have had an accident with his car. So he's like, sweetheart, I have to call my dad. I'm like, oh, please don't, please don't. I don't want anyone to know that I did this. This is so embarrassing. I can't believe that I did this to your car. And he calls his dad. His dad comes up. Luckily, his dad was able to like freaking save me on the freeway. Comes up with his truck, and his little toolkit's like macho man, you know, knows everything about a car, and just woo 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 with his tools. And then starts undoing the bolts and like snipping little cords, and just like boom, like takes the hood off, throws it in the back of his truck, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what have I done? And he's like, you know what? Well, now you can at least drive it home. And he's like, be safe, you know. I pull out and I'm driving down the road, and I'm sitting in the driver's seat, and I just start laughing. And in my head I said, we went from normal to kind of ghetto with a bent hood to freaking white trash all in like a span of 48 hours. And I was like, I am so embarrassed right now. And I drove home, and that was the story of my terrible, not so good, horrible, awful day. And this is what happened to the car. But that's my embarrassing story for the day.